Hey everyone, and welcome to the fourth industrial revolution. It's me, Jeremy Alexander with the killer beard, and today we're talking the crypto coin market space. Hope you are all enjoying some of these fun little moves. So here's the daily chart on Bitcoin. This is the Coinbase exchange, and I really do like the candle that it's putting in today. I feel like this is kind of what was going to happen in a way, mostly because we had a nice little wave structure down, so something like this, a little bit of a corrective wave, another nice little move down. The big part is we still are making higher lows. So we still have higher lows on Bitcoin. The big takeaway is this weekly candle. As you can see, let me pull up the weekly. Phenomenal hammer, very key level, incredibly pivotal spot. So if Bitcoin at any point in time takes out this low, it's going to get a little hairy for a few days and probably a few weeks, a month. But if we can continue down here and actually pop, which I think we do, this is actually a pretty decent spot for it to accumulate. And I still think it makes tons of sense that we do something like this, where we chop around. We actually end up having another low at some point. It's kind of bounce around for a little bit longer, but eventually continue higher. Investing is about timing, time frame, patience. Those are the two things that are key components to winning in the long term. You have all kinds of Bitcoin experts, quote unquote, making money from November to December, right? Those are the times that they were hopping on. They finally got in, they finally decided to invest, but at this particular point in time, this is the part where it's going to get boring for a while. It's not going to get that exciting. It's going to accumulate. And institutional money is going to start pouring in, and eventually she will go higher. In my personal and professional opinion, it's just going to be about the timing, buying low, holding, accumulating, and understanding your risk size, just in case it doesn't bounce. Here's Litecoin, LTC USD. This is also on the Coinbase exchange, and it's up a little bit. This is the daily chart, and again, very key level here on the weekly at that 112.45. Here's the daily, and I just like this general hammer that we're forming today. It's enough to kind of wick in because you had a little bit of bearish signals. In fact, you'll see the bearish signals a little bit better on Ethereum. So Ethereum, here is the low. It traded into the 100, and at one point this was a nice little evening star pattern. And it kind of breaking this low would be, again, a pretty significant ordeal. But if this does make a higher low, and we kind of come in here, that could be a nice move. So this is a very fun spot here in the crypto space. It's a nice level. I'm happy where it's at. And I think that this low that we put in really is it. Now, we won't know until the future comes. So again, this level on Ethereum and other levels is going to be very key. But overall, on the weekly time frame, again, you gotta like last week's candle. So far, you're 2 or 3 days into the week, and if it pops above the high of that hammer-looking candle from last week, it occurred at the 50 EMA on the weekly. We could easily see a bounce from here. It just is going to be all about will that occur, and in my thought process, that's a yes. There are some other ones out there. They're still a little on the weaker side, but just trying to bounce. For example, here's Dash. Bitcoin, and again, weekly support, it's down there to the buy low, sell high level. Looks like it's going to take its sweet time to actually do something, if it ever does, right? Maybe it doesn't, but that's going to be all relative to how fast Dash moves relative to the increase of Bitcoin. Here's Dash US dollar, and it too is at a little bit of a support. How phenomenal would it be if this really is the double bottom? Certainly could be, doesn't have to be, but if it is, this is an incredible point in time for the crypto space. The risk reward is really phenomenal, and I would be at least considering what you want to do and what kind of moves you want to make on what type of coins and where and when. Because again, folks, there is still plenty of opportunities out there in this market, especially for trading a shorter time frame like the hourly or something like that. Here's EOS XBT, EOS making its big transfer over the weekend. That was a really big ordeal. And for many, you'll notice on the Bitcoin EOS, nice little inverted head and shoulders, beautiful break above there, nice little retest at that neckline. So right now, I like the move. I like the inverted head and shoulders. I do think EOS is going to continue higher. There's a lot of information that we're posting here on the page This is kind of like a fun one right here, but about the EOS and how it's going to be kind of in everything. What type of platforms, what's this going to be holding, what the ecosystem looks like. So EOS is going to be very interesting and exciting to see how it plays out, but I would argue that it's a little bit more bullish than bearish, at least in my opinion. Here's EOS US dollar over here on Kraken. And again, it also, here's the long-term moving averages, almost hit that 100. It got very, very close. But from these candles in this location, again, it just looks more bullish than bearish to me. I think most of you had your transfers and everything go absolutely okay. If you trade with Kraken, which I do, then you shouldn't have had any problem with the EOS transfer from its token presale to actually its main blockchain. And I think everything should be good to go. If you took your coins off the platform and now you're going to be putting it back on and registering it with your Ethereum address with the ERC22 tokens, everything should be thumbs up across the board for EOS at this particular point in time. I love the retracement. I love the pullback. I'm still excited about this market. I'm still going to be giving you free updates every single Tuesday on the IR4 podcast. Also having new interviews every single week with experts in that space and additional spaces. Tons of things coming out your way, tons of information. Let's go make loads of money together. Tell people, become a Patreon, sign up, subscribe. The more the merrier with your comments, concerns, charts, posts, analysis, viewpoints. We could really do very well in this market, and I'm excited to see how we do in fact grow. All right, that's pretty much about it for me. Thanks so much for tuning in. You guys rock, and until next time, love, live, learn. I'll see you. Bye.